second part. We need to be done and out of here by 2:25. So let's get moving in this. We need to clean up, we need to sweep, and we need to get the garbage out before we leave. So, getting back to the onion. When the onion is growing, it is underground from here down. Okay? This part will stick up above the ground to signify where it is at under the ground.
I have to go to 2.
Okay. No, we'll come in and do yours first. Why don't you go ahead and clean your knife and put it away, and just leave everything else there. The cutting board and stuff. Okay, so we are going to leave this part here gets cut off. This top part that sticks above the ground, that is the only part that gets cut off. So when we cut our onion, again, thin, 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 did I mention thin? Slice off the top. Thin. Okay? Now I'm going to set my onion down with the root part sticking up. You need to make sure you do this evenly, okay? Or else the onion does not work. Put your knife right in the middle of that root and cut through it, okay? So now my onion's flopping open. It smells very strong. Now I'm going to peel it. I didn't peel it before because doing it this way is going to take less time. You want to get down underneath the skin of this, and I'm going to show you the difference. See how it's still kind of yucky looking, still yellowish. I'm going to go down one more layer until I get down to the nice bright part. Okay? Peel off any excess that might get on my cutting board. You see the difference. Okay? Even if I take this part off, you can still see the difference. Okay? If I go down one more layer, you can still see it. Okay? You need to make sure you get to the nice looking layer. If you're unsure, ask, and we'll tell you, yeah, that's good, or go down one more layer. Make sure you lock up your blocker a bit too, Jim. And don't lose that key. Okay? So you have your onion. With me so far. We've cut the stem end off, cut it in half, laid it down, peel it. Now this is the part where everybody messes up. And actually I shouldn't say that because this morning's class looks for time to do this right. I'm going to start with my knife at an angle, cutting around, and doing it on the other side. So leaning in, standing up at the top, leaning down the other side. I am not cutting. I'm going to cut all the way through to the cutting board, but I'm going to leave the top of this intact. Okay? And I'm going to show you why in a second. So I'm going to take just the tip, the point of my knife, put it in, down to the cutting board, and cut. In, down to the cutting board, and cut. Making juliennes. We're making thin strips. When I get to the top, I'm starting to lean my knife upwards. Okay? I have to go all the way through the cutting, all the way through to the cutting board. Now, I'm going to stop here. Notice how this is all staying attached and not falling apart. That's because I'm not cutting the whole way up. Imagine, there's a line here. I'm not passing this line with the tip of my knife. Okay? Because I want this to stay together. And you can hear my knife hitting that cutting board. You want it to go all the way through. So one more time. Start on the side. Not cutting all the way to the root to get a little smelly in here. Cutting the whole way through, down to the cutting board, and leaving the root end intact. Once I start going down the other side, get your hands out of the way. Okay? Again, everything is still intact, right? Alright, that's the point I want you to get to. For those of you with 3 on your table, when you're ready to dice it now, you have your onion. It is nice, thin strips, hopefully thin strips, not falling apart. You're going to turn it, lefties, you'll be opposite, okay? But the root should be towards your holding hand. I'm going to bunch this together, eyes up. I'm going to bunch it together and kind of smush it, get my knife back into position, same stroke. Now once I get to the top, I cannot continue to cut because I didn't cut the whole way through it, right? Okay? I will know if you didn't stop because you're going to have big rings. and probably about half of you are going to have rings. We'll see. Now, I have this part. This is not garbage. I need to trim away from the root. Okay? Now these pieces here are a little bit smaller, so I can just go through and dice them. This one here, if I just try to dice this, it's too big. I have to julienne it first, or cut it into strips. Then, I will turn and dice. Okay? So one more time. Root towards my holding hand. Down and forward, down and forward. Ooh, these smell so good.
Eat it.
When I get to the top, stop, trim around my root. Julienne. Nice. Good? Okay. Get your dices.